given a string as containing just the characters. Uh, so we have a string which contains all these three types of brackets. Determine if the input string is valid. Input string is valid if open brackets must be closed by the same type of brackets. Okay. If open brackets must be closed in the correct order, every closed bracket has a corresponding open bracket of the same type. So the question is saying, like, if we are opening this bracket, it should be closed by the same bracket. Like, this is a valid one, then it's opening and closing with the same brackets, it's a valid one. So it is opening but it is not closing with that bracket. It's opening, then another opening bracket is there, then it's closing with that bracket, and this one again it's a valid one, and this is not the valid one. Let's try to understand the question with different test cases first. So the question says that we have these brackets, only in a string only these brackets will be there. Okay, and let's take some different test cases. Let's say this is the test case, means it is opening with this bracket and closing with this bracket. It is a valid parenthesis. Then let's say it's opening with this, then again opening with this, and closing with this. Then it is not a valid one, because if we are opening with the curly braces, it should first close with the curly braces. Let's say you are closing it here, then also it is false. The question says that. Let me show you. Every closed bracket has a corresponding open bracket of the same time. Open bracket must be closed in the correct order. So the second point is this one. The opening, if we are opening this, then it should be closed with that correct one. It should not be closed with, means we opened curly one and we are closing it with the other bracket. That is not the correct one. But let's say we are opening with this, then again opening with the curly braces and closing the curly braces. Now it is correct till here, and then closing with this. So this is the correct one. We can also consider one case where initially itself we have closing bracket. So if initially also it's closing and whatever is further, it doesn't matter, it's just false. Then we can think of some other cases. Let's say we have this, then this, it's a valid one. Let's say after this also we have this, so it's a valid one. I think we have covered all the false. We have to just take this into consideration properly, that it is not valid. We have to close that first and then only we can close the other bracket. I hope the question is pretty understandable till now. Let's think of it. So if you observe this, there is one pattern, considering this case only, that if you are opening a curly braces, it should be closed with the same, right? So if you are opening this and this, so it's like a pair, right? It's like a pair. Again, this is like a pair. So what we can do here, and we are considering, let's just try to understand each and every example with the stack. We have the string, right? So we are traversing over this string. So we encountered the first one, so this is the opening bracket. So let's think, whatever is the opening bracket, we are pushing into the stack. And if we saw a closing bracket, and that closing bracket is a pair of the opening bracket, we will just remove it, because we have to match pairs, right? If this is a pair and this is we have to match it and kind of say that it is correct, it is a correct pattern we want, right? So that's why we are thinking in this terms, that if we observe that it is a opening bracket, we will put it inside the stack. If we see it is a closing one, we will remove it from the stack. Got it? So in this case, let's say I removed it, I see the closing bracket and I got to know that it is a pair of that. So I just removed it from the stack. Our stack is empty now. If the stack is empty, we can say that it is true. Means now we got to know with just this test case, we can come to this conditions. But let's see further. So now let's say talk about second test case. We see the opening bracket, we push it inside the stack. We see again the opening curly braces, we push it inside the stack, and we see this one again the closing bracket, but that closing bracket is not actually a pair of this. If it is not a pair of it, we will just move on, right? We will not pop it. And here we come, here we see that it is a pair of this, so we will pop this. Now our stack is not empty. If our stack is not empty after doing all this, it means something in the middle is not getting its pair. If it is not getting its pair, it's not a valid palindrome, so we got false here. So I hope you are able to understand what conditions we are thinking. Whatever we have thought till now, let's just write in terms of algorithm here. So the first point is we will create a stack initially, and in this we are going to loop over the string. Okay, now in looping, if we find any open braces like this or this, if we find this, we will push into the stack. And if we find the close braces, let's say we are finding the close braces this, then we will check what is on the top of the stack. Like if on the top the pair is there, the matching pair of open braces of that bracket, then we will pop from the stack. So here the pop operation, pop from stack. So if we found a closing braces this, and on top of the stack it is this, if we found this and on top of the stack it is this, then we will pop from the stack. Till now we get to know only this much. This is what we have understood with the dry run. Also at last we assumed that if the stack is empty, we will return true. If it is not empty, we will return false. So this much we came to know. Okay, let's see further in further test cases if they are passing with this code, else we'll have to make some changes. Let's see. Now coming to the third test case, this one. Now we have a closing brace, the opening bracket here, so we will push it into the stack. Again we have a opening braces, we will push it into the stack. According to our algorithm, it's working fine. Now we have a closing one and the top is opening one, we will pop from the stack. Again we have the closing one and it is again a pair of the top of the stack, right? So we will remove it. And at the end, when the string is done, when this loop is over, we will check if the stack is empty. If the stack is our stack empty? Yes. So if the stack is empty, we are gonna return true. If it is non-empty, false. So in this case, we are returning true. Our test, like the code is working fine till here. Let's talk about our next test case, this one. So initially we have a closing bracket in this, so we are not pushing anything into it. Now we have the uh, this one opening bracket of this, then we have this one. Now it is a match, and if we are removing it, now also our stack is empty, but the answer is false. So in this test case, our conditions are not working fine, right? So what is this case? Let's try to understand it. Like initially it has a closing bracket. So initially our stack is empty, right? And if our stack is empty, so what is happening? Initially the stack is empty and we come to this closing bracket. So it is not going into our first condition, as first condition are all the opening bracket conditions. It is also not going to the second condition, as second condition is if the pairs are matching. So else we can write one more case here, that if it is not in all the above condition, we will just return false, as we know that if in starting itself the closing bracket is there and the stack is empty, so we'll not be able to find the match anywhere further. So like, I hope you are able to understand the algorithm. Like it is three conditions: if, then else if, and then the else case. I think this should work. Let's dry run on our last test case as well, just to be confident. Before actually writing the code in any language, I would recommend to dry run on your algorithm for at least 4 test cases. Let's see further. I'll create another stack for this, as it's really big. So we see a opening bracket, we will just push into the stack. It is satisfying the if condition. Again we see this opening one, again it's satisfying the if one. Now we see the closing one. So the closing one is matching the top of the stack, so we'll just remove this. Then again we have opening bracket, again this one is matching with our stack, we will remove it. Again this one is matching with the stack, we will remove it. Now our stack is empty, but we are in a loop, right? We keep running till the end of the string. Now we see the opening bracket, so I push again. Here I am pushing into the stack, and again I see the matching pair of the closing one, I will remove it. And I am again seeing the opening one, I'll put it, and I see the matching one and I'll remove it. So after the loop ends, our stack is empty, it means we will return true, and this test case is also passing. So I hope you understood the algorithm. Now let's get to the code for this. So let's get to lead code, and here is that same question which we understood before. So in this, let's write the same algorithm as we discussed. I'll be coding in JavaScript, as this playlist is specifically for front-end developers who wants to be good at DSL and JavaScript. So I am taking the length of the string here as a variable, and here, and then here is what our algorithm says, right? We have to loop over string, and we have 3 conditions. So let's loop over the string. So it's a normal for loop, and we have to get the string character. So let me take a variable and store that character into it. If that character is the open braces, so if it is this, or if it is this, or if it is the any open braces, we have to push that into stack. So here we also have to take a stack. So here we have already built a stack, right? Stack class. Let's just take it. So lead code also in JavaScript, it has defined its own classes. So you can either use that, but I would recommend to build your own, as in interviews you won't be specifically coding to lead code. So yes, just create your own class and don't name it stack, but name it something else. Maybe I will just name it st here, and here we can take stack and just create a stack like this, and here if it is open braces we have to push it, so let's just push it. Else if, now here are certain conditions, so we discussed, right? In else if we have to check if the character is closed bracket. So here the first condition, if the character is the close bracket, this one, and the peak of the stack, so we want to get the peak value of that, so st dot peak, if this is the open braces of the matching pair. So our character is this one, and on the top of the stack if it is this, it means it's a match, right? In that case we have to do st dot pop, we have to remove an element from the stack, right? So this is one condition. We have to add the same for the other two brackets as well. So or I'll do the same. Let me just cross check the brackets here. So this is the first condition, this is the second condition. Let's change the bracket here. This is the closed brackets, and on the top of the stack open brackets, or so this is the closed bracket and this is the open bracket on top of the stack. So we will remove it. Else means we come to this test case, this one, where in the starting itself we found a close bracket, so it won't go in any condition. So here we will just return false, and after running a loop we have to check if the stack is empty or not. So return st dot is empty. If the stack is empty we have to return true, if not we have to return false. So stack dot is empty, it does the same thing. If it is the length of the stack is 0, it gives true. So let's just see once the code properly and then try to run it. We are taking the length of the string here, we are defining a stack, looping over it, getting the character. If it is open braces we are just pushing into the stack. If any of the pair matches, then we are popping from it. And else is the case where, let's say, initially itself that is closed bracket, so we are returning false. Looks good. Let's see. So yeah, let's submit it. Perfect. So it works fine. I hope you understood this question.